business. They're going to be better at managing their own personal finances because they know about budgeting and about money in and expenses out, and they have a realistic idea of their spending. They're going to be, because of skills they've learned in CEO, they'll be better roommates, they'll be better coworkers, they'll be better partners with their spouses, they'll be better neighbors to their neighbors. They just learn a lot of collaboration and communication, and my favorite, conflict resolution skills. And the founder of CEO, it was the brainchild of a man named Craig Linval, and who was coincidentally from Taylorville, but had lived in Effingham for a number of years. And he wanted to combat the outflow of young people from the community who felt like Effingham was a dead end and there weren't opportunities for them in Effingham. So what CEO does for young people is it plants a little seed in them, an idea that, go and do what you want to do, what you're called to do, what you're called to learn. But when it comes time to put down some roots, we want Taylorville and other small communities to be in the consideration list for them, that they know that there are opportunities here right under their noses to have good lives, to make a good living, to raise their families, and to be good members of the community.
Yeah. And just a fantastic way for not only that, but it sets a precedence also for everybody else coming up, because they see that mentorship as well. And they see, hey, they were able to do that, and that's something that I want to do when I get to high school, when I get to that level as well.
100%, Leroy. The best cheerleaders for CEO is not me. It's former students that tell them that it's a great experience and it's really can be transformative and awesome, and they definitely need to try to do it. And we've had students that have really made some sacrifices in other parts of their schedule and their class assortment to take. They've prioritized taking CEO, and that's really a great compliment for this program.
Yeah, just a wonderful, wonderful way. And okay, so for those who may not know, talk about some of the activities and things that go on for CEO program.
So from the very beginning, we have an orientation to kind of outline the expectations, the goals, what you're expecting to see, because this isn't like a traditional class. And from there, we have our own space. We're not in an actual physical classroom. We meet at different places throughout the county, but we do have a home base located above US Bank. So we establish our culture. We talk about in the early beginnings of just how to communicate. So everything from shaking hands to having some gratitude, and just getting the tone set at the very beginning. From there, we send them out, and we're making money. We discuss some business ideas from the very beginning. So matter of fact, last year we did we're starting in mid-August, and we had a business put together for Chili Fest. And then we had a business over a couple businesses at the Moose. So these are things that we discuss along the way. So they're making their own money in an effort to give them all $1,000. That's the goal, to start their own business as second semester starts. So, and in between those times, we're going to different businesses for tours. We have different guest speakers, leaders throughout the community. We do some traveling. And then you mesh that all together, and then by the time May hits, they have the full experience.
Awesome. It's a wonderful thing. We're talking to Neil Hohenstein, Mary DeValia this morning about some of the great things that are going on with the CEO program. I know you guys were here for a little bit. You guys have gone on some really cool trips as well this year. Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So the regulars that you would imagine, one of our first speakers is Adam and Billy, and both of them are heavily involved in the program as well. So we're a little green at that point, but we're learning how to interact and some good questions to ask them, but questions that will benefit the students, things that they could learn from. And then, of course, the Chicago trip gets a lot of attention. The Berries host us, and it's a great opportunity to go there. And, of course, adding Blake this year was an excellent addition. Matter of fact, I ran into him Saturday, and he says, put us on the calendar again. So we're looking forward to hopefully doing that again in October with this next year's class. But touring things like Alstrom, it's an enormous business that's here in Taylorville that employs lots of people, good quality jobs. Lou Johnson he's always on our list, and just being able to get a tour of McLean's, understanding what their business is about, but hearing Lou's story as well. So we get a little bit of the personal side because people want to hear they like hearing a good origin story. They're trying to put themselves into these folks' shoes, and Lou does a good job of doing that, as does everyone else. So those are just a couple locals, but there are dozens more that we do throughout the course of the year. We went and met with Tom Fergan, was one of the last ones, and that one's just outside of Litchfield. So to see how their business works, their business operates. So we're all over the place throughout the county. Of course, we spend lots of time over in Pana too. We get a tour of the hospital. They're a big employer in the county as well, and they run an awesome business. You don't necessarily think of a hospital being a business, but they have to run it like a business. And with that in mind, we get to hear a little bit about how that works. So, and we've dozens and dozens of those every year.
Very cool.
I think that one of the benefits of CEO is actually for these people who come and speak to the class and for tours that they do. I think that it gives them like an injection of optimism when they talk about what they had to do to build their business. And, I think they have like a renewed sense of pride. And that's pretty impressive that we do this. And they share their financials with these students. And I think that it benefits both. The student benefits, but I think that even they spread some happiness and optimism throughout the community wherever they go. I mean, people really enjoy seeing these CEO kids, and Neil has done a great job working with them early on how to shake hands, how to look someone in the eye. They send a written thank you note when they're done, and those are all good things. And I want to say one more thing. The secret sauce, I think, one of the secret sauces about why CEO is an attractive program is that we treat these young people like adults. The expectation is that they're going to act like adults and they're going to behave like adults, and they do. And I think it's very, the students really like that. One of the last trips that they took at the end of the year was to UIS, and they went to the business department and they got to sign on this stock trading software that UIS has. It's brand new. It's this brand new lab, and they could not have been more gracious. And they had bags with goodies for the kids. They had food for they really treat them like even more than just adults. They treat them almost like celebrities. I mean, it's really impressive for the kids. And it like I said, I think one of the secret sauces about why CEO is an attractive program for students to take is that they're treated like adults. They run the program. Neil doesn't run it. He's just a facilitator. Yeah. They set the agenda. They take turns leading the class. They just make their own decisions about what kind of class businesses to have and how to promote them and where to have them. So it's a great program.
Awesome. Well, we're not done yet. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk to Mary and Neil a little bit more about some of the great stuff that's going on with CEO program, and look forward to what's coming up next in 2026 and 2027. You're listening to WTIM, your information station. More on the morning show coming up in just a few moments.
Your information station, WTIM.
Do you use a Link EBT card to buy food? Please listen carefully. Rules for SNAP eligibility have changed. You could lose your benefits if you don't act soon. Visit saveoursnap.org to learn more about the new rules, how they impact your household, and the steps you need to take to keep your food benefits. Don't wait. Go to saveoursnap.org today. That's saveoursnap.org. Sponsored by the Illinois Commission to End Hunger. Aired in cooperation with the Illinois Broadcasters Association and this station.
Tornado baseball and softball, plus playoff games, are on New Country 104.1 this spring. Tune in or listen to the live audio stream of select baseball and softball games, plus playoffs of both teams. Brought to you by
McClure Halberg Insurance, Prairie Farms Dairy, the senior citizens of Christian County, and Taylorville Community Eye Care.
Purple and gold are coming your way. The Taylorville Tornadoes are going to do it today.
If you're looking for music that stood the test of time, join me, Randy Miller, Sunday mornings from 6 to 8 on 96.5thechill.com. I host Steady Ground Replay, a 2-hour journey back to the roots of contemporary Christian music. From the songs that started a movement to the hits that formed our foundation, it's 2 hours of timeless encouragement. Steady Ground Replay, standing on the music that built our faith. Sunday morning, 6 to 8 on 96.5thechill.com.
Tee it up this summer at the first annual Heart Media Group Golf Outing. The Summer Scramble, happening June 26th at Lakeshore Golf Course. Your shot at incredible raffle prizes, Illini tickets, Cardinals tickets, concert tickets, and more. Space is limited. Register now at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Just click the Summer Scramble icon. The Summer Scramble, June 26th. We'll see you on the course.
Find out all the great things happening in the Pana area on the WTIM Pana Morning Show, Tuesdays from 8:40 till 10. You'll hear interviews with Pana area community, nonprofit, and business leaders each week. The WTIM Pana Morning Show is brought to you by these sponsors.
Pizza Man, Noren's Hardware, Bob Riding's Pana, and Okanee Chop Shop.
Did you know that October is National Indoor Air Quality Month?
October? But this is May.
Here at Jansen's Heating and Air, we also celebrate Indoor Air Quality Month in May, June, and July.
August, September, and all the rest.
Because improving the quality of your indoor air is more than just an October thing. You may benefit from UV lights that zap the nasties infiltrating your breathable air, or air purification systems that intercept dust, pollen, pet dander, and other aggravating allergens.
We also install air filters, whole house humidifiers, and life-saving CO monitors.
There's a reason carbon monoxide is called the silent killer.
It's colorless, odorless, and left unchecked, lethal.
Commemorate National Indoor Air Quality Month early by calling Jansen's.
And breathe easy the other 11 months of the year.
562-5201. JansensHeating.com.
Is there anything special about May?
May is Zombie Awareness Month.
Congratulations. A whole month dedicated to your personality.
Thanks. Hey!
Your information station, WTIM.
And welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show. Leroy Clamola here with you. Our morning show brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where we put people first. And Landmark of Taylorville. You always do better at Landmark. Joining me this morning, Neil Hohenstein, Mary Del Valle, talking to me a little bit this morning about the wonderful CEO program. Another year, another successful year that has been completed, and another year that is all wrapped up. But how many students were in your class this year?
15.
15, and from not just Taylorville. You guys had students from multiple schools, if I remember right.
Right. So South Fork, Taylorville, Pana, FBCA this last year, and so we just wrapped up the 11th year of CEO. So we're a legacy program at this point, but at the end of the day, they're still always looking for new ways of doing things. But we've been represented, or we will be, by all the schools in our county. We're really, really proud of that. We'll have a Morrisonville student this year as well. So well represented with students in the county.
Mary, what does that mean to you to see students from all around the area want to join this program?
Well, Leroy, it is the Christian County CEO program. So we want to make sure that everybody knows that there aren't students just from Taylorville. And one of the really special things this year was that one of the students from Pana was a football player and a quarterback. And the Taylorville students went to the Pana games to watch him. And, back in the day, I don't know if it's still this way, but there was a rivalry between Pana and Taylorville. So that would kind of have been unheard of. And there were also two students that were thinking about having a business together. And we saw them at the Chamber After Hours event. It was fairly new in the school year. And I said, did you two know each other before this? Because they looked like they were best friends. They said, no, they didn't know each other at all before the school year started. So it makes a lot of nice inter-county collaboration and friendships formed.
Have you ever seen some of these business ideas that have formed and made you go, man, that's a really good idea? Have you seen some of these programs that have taken off from some of these kids and been blown away by some of the stuff that they put together?
Yeah, I like the way it comes together, and even the students before they even what you see at the trade show, they've iterated several different times. They've maybe changed their mind. They've maybe wanted to have a partner. Maybe they decided not to have a partner. Well, I don't know that I can make money with this, but just real world, trying to find solutions to problems and then trying to figure out how they're going to incorporate their strengths into that. But also some of the challenges, like they're seniors in high school. How are they going to manage their time? What kind of time asker is this business going to require of you? So seeing that it gets to the trade show. But one of the things that excites me is some of them are still doing theirs. And I've seen some people post even from this year, some of them will wrap it up and like they're done with it. But some of them, they continue to do that. And so we've seen that. But then, but folding that in and using the leverage from what they did in CEO to incorporate that into something else, and watching that go to where they're just looking for something just to get in on a very small level, but then seeing how the dollars and the skill set and all of that, it transforms from maybe something smaller that maybe they have 4 or 5 different business ideas before they finally find the one, but like taking that first step and something that we're providing, and then kind of a roadmap, and they're seeing people that do that successfully is what really is exciting. So do I expect them, the businesses that they start now, to be the ones they do in 20 years? Probably not. And if they do, then great for them, lucky for them. That's great. But the skill set, it folds into a bunch of different things. And so that's what I'm excited about, as in 10 years. And Mary can attest to this. We have the history now of being 11 years in, of what some of these students can do, what they do, and then how they're taking those skills learned here and then and transforming what they're able to do over the course of 4, 5, 6, 10 years now.
Awesome. All right. Well, we are out of time. Appreciate you guys. Where can people go to get more information on the CEO program?
ChristianCountyCEO.com, and on the socials, we're pretty active on Facebook.
Sounds good. Neil, Mary, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to talk to me. We could talk for quite a while longer about this great program and about the many things that you have going on. So thank you.
Thanks, Leroy.
All right. More of the WTIM Morning Show coming up in just a few moments.
All right.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville. 96.1 FM Taylorville. 107.5 FM Shelbyville. 107.9 FM in Indicomers.
Candidate has cruised to victory, this time in Texas. Ken Paxton handily defeating incumbent U.S. Senator